Invincible has proven without a doubt that a superhero universe doesn't need Marvel or DC behind it to become huge. It did start as an indie comic and now it's one of the biggest shows on TV. So that got me wondering, can my own original superhero universe ever get the same treatment? Today, I'm putting that universe under the microscope. Hi, my name is Mei Bagbaji and this is AIM. Let's get right into it. So, what is the Invincible Treatment? The Invincible Treatment doesn't mean copying Invincible and its format. I mean the taking of an original independent superhero comic series or universe and giving it enough support, animation and exposure that millions of people discover it. So, the question I'm left with is a simple one. Is my superhero universe original and unique enough to catch the eye of a big shot studio who is willing to invest millions of dollars to turn it into a show? Let's find out. Before I introduce my universe to you, I'm going to set a few criteria the universe needs to meet before it can be considered into getting the Invincible treatment. The first is originality, then characters, world building, and marketability. By the end of this video, I want you to decide whether this universe checks these 4 boxes. So now that we have that, let's get into it. The premise of my universe is fairly simple. Imagine if one day 20% of the Earth's population suddenly gained powers due to a failed government experiment, which was later dubbed the Awakening, connecting those that were affected by it to cosmic and dark forces that grant them superhuman abilities. The first arc of the story follows the world as it tries to adjust to this new era, and our 7 main protagonists' experiences during this period and how they handle it and their new powers before they come into contact with one another to stop a massive threat from destroying them and their world. The story follows our 7 protagonists. Kairin Sekashi, aka Shadow, a trauma-driven guy who stumbles upon a mysterious meteorite in his backyard that gives him the ability to control darkness and shadows and plants the consciousness of the alien who sent the meteorite to Earth in his head. Jax Taylor, aka Strike, a cop investigating a hooded vigilante. He is affected point blank by the explosion and gets connected to the lightning force, giving him electrokinesis and super speed. Crystal Taylor, Firefly, the sister of Jax, who was also affected by the experiment, gaining access to the light force and has the ability to manipulate light and create light constructs. Alan Swift, Android. Alan is a billionaire scientist and the founder of Celltech. He has a rare disease in which he uses a new liquid metal he invented to cure it. It gives him rapid healing abilities and he can twist it and wrap it around his body to form armor and weapons. Kelrin, an alien prince from the planet Telkon, who is sent to Earth on a mission to hunt an escapee from his planet. He has the powers of super strength, durability, and flight. Jirito, the half-brother of Kelrin, who was also sent on the mission with Kelrin. He is a mix of the Telkonian race and the Meldorian race, which gives him the same powers Kelrin has, in addition with his Meldorian ability of teleportation. Shane Asterisk, Laser, a pilot for the US military, who was also affected by the resonance explosion, giving him access to the light force. He is able to shoot painful and deadly beams of light from anywhere in his body. With this short introduction to my world and some of its characters, let's see if I met all the criteria I stated before. Originality. I think the foundation is original enough to stand on its own. Characters. It's too early to know if they'll become iconic, but I believe they have the potential if I execute their stories well. World building. I've only scratched the surface, but there is a much larger world behind these characters. Marketability. That ultimately depends on whether readers connect with the comic when it releases. Do you guys think I met all the criteria? Leave your answers and suggestions in the comments. One last thing that sets this universe apart is how I plan to structure it. Most creators inventing a whole universe of heroes will want to make each of their characters have individual runs and stories before they all cross over. But what I want to do is something different. Instead of each of my main characters getting their own runs, Each character will be introduced and will have their own character arcs in one single run under one single title. Basically, in the first arc of the story, it will shift perspectives to all the main characters before they get to the main crossover. This is to make it easier for readers to follow the story instead of having to read 5 or 6 separate runs to understand one concept. Because for me, building a connected universe shouldn't require readers to buy 6 different comics just to understand one story. I want everything to be accessible from just one title. So, can my universe actually get the Invincible treatment? Well, that's not for me to decide. It's up to you. This universe has been sitting in my head for years, and maybe someday it will be sitting on someone's TV screen. Anyways, that's all for today. Once again, my name is Bagbaji, and this has been In. I'll see you in the next one.